we have another very important announcement here, where an IIT where we have Mr. Arvind Raghunathan, an IIT alumni, IIT Lopaduchi, went to New York, has created a niche for himself there in terms of business and otherwise. And now he is coming back to India, not coming back, he is contributing to IIT to set up a research center. He will tell you more about it, but let me a brief introduction about Mr. Arvind Raghunathan. He is joining a list of elite members like Krish Gopalakrishnan, Raju, the Brainwatsa, and many others who have contributed significantly to IIT for setting up various centers. His biodata is there already in your. His biodata is there with you all. He will make the program is like this. He will make a presentation. He will formally talk and will make a presentation, just 9 slides, and then we will open up for question and answers. And those who want to interview him later, we have the interview also done, especially maybe we'll just back it on. Thank you, sir. Now you can take it.
Coming, it is really amazing to see so much interest from everybody here. I just wanted to tell you briefly about what I'm trying to do here, which is that let's quote the greatest scientist who ever lived. To quote the greatest scientist who ever lived, Albert Einstein, what he said is, everybody who lived on this earth has to put back, everybody who lived on this earth and consumed on this earth has to put back to the earth the equivalent of what they consumed. So I have been here, I have enjoyed an amazing time in India for my first 20 or 21 years of my existence, and India supported me in so many numerous ways. The idea really is that it's time to give back to India and put back exactly as Einstein suggested. Also wanted to tell you that, basically let me tell you a little bit briefly about my life, and then we can take it from there. Benoit Mandelbrot famously said that my life appears to be a series of accidents and a series of random events, but when I look back, there is a pattern. So my life also has a series of random events and accidents and incidents, but when I look back, there's a pattern which is all leading to the right place. So I was born in Chennai, raised in Chennai, went to a school here, then went to IIT Madras from 1979 to 1984. By the way, I was only 16 or less when I joined IIT Madras, so it was a highly impressionable age for me. At such an impressionable age, I met a lot of brilliant people, far more brilliant than me, both students and professors, and there was a lot for me to absorb from all of them. I was an electrical engineering major. At that time, there was no computer science, but I loved mathematics. My favorite subject was mathematics. There's just not enough of mathematics in India at that time, even though I'm going to talk about in a little bit how great we were. But our mathematics was, we didn't have centers of excellence. We didn't have people guiding you to do the right thing. I didn't know what to do. One day, a very famous American professor called John Hopcroft came to IIT, and he spoke about the work he was doing and the work that everybody else in America was doing, and I was very attracted, and I switched to theoretical computer science, which I went to Berkeley to study and work with world-famous professors at Berkeley, and I learned a lot about it, and the subject was not easy, and I had to make a number of pivots, and eventually figured out what I wanted to do, and it ended up leading to an academic job. I was a professor of computer science at the Courant Institute of Mathematics at NYU, New York University. And one day while I was there, I didn't last that long. I was only there for 2 years, not because I was kicked out, but actually by accident, I read just completely happenstance, I read a book called Liar's Poker by Michael Lewis, which talks about the amazing experience of being on the trading floor of a Wall Street firm called Salman Brothers. It's a bestseller, one of the greatest books ever written on this topic. And I read it and I said, I want to do the same thing, use mathematics to solve the puzzle of the stock market or the bond market and things like that. So that's what I started to do. And my wife, Sri Bala, was her family is also from Chennai. She encouraged me very strongly to do it. And she said, my main complaint was, I said, it's not the work. I love the work. But I used to wear a t-shirt and jeans to office as a professor. She said, people said you have to wear a suit. And so she said, you look good in a suit. Go ahead and do it. So that encouragement really helped me. And I started working on Wall Street, but I kept my curiosity alive throughout. I can talk to you more about my career. I think there are some slides, but the curiosity is the important thing. I read a lot about mathematics. I read a lot about sciences. What I understood from what my reading is that India was the world's leader in academic thought and in intellectual pursuits. The greatest university of the ancient world was Taxila, which is in Punjab. The second greatest university, or the most famous one that you all know of, is Nalanda, which is based in Bihar. People from the world, from Greece, from Persia, from China, from all of Asia came to study here. And getting a degree from one of these universities was the greatest thing. In mathematics, India was the world's leader in mathematics. They were, even though everybody talks of mathematics as starting elsewhere, in Greece with Euclid and all of that, India was really the leader. Aryabhatta came up with the concept of the place value system. That's how we do our arithmetic today. And the greatest of them was Brahmagupta, who came up with the most amazing things, including zero, how to calculate using zero, how to use negative numbers, how to use the x in algebra, the unknown, to calculate, and he gave the whole formula. And what he did was written in the form of verse. It is called the Brahmaputra Siddhanta. Brahmaputra Siddhanta. He wrote this beautiful thing that was sent to the Arabs, and the Arabs converted to the form that the Europeans could understand. And that's why it's called the Arabic numerals. But really, it's the Indian numerals. And it was called algebra because it went from algebra, from Arab, but actually it was invented in India. And then they say algorithm, that was based on Al-Khwarizmi, the Arab, who translated Brahmagupta for the Europeans. Al-Khwarizmi became algorithm. So computer science actually, you can say, starts with Brahmagupta. It is amazing. So we have to build back. Indian universities today are not in the top 100 in the world rankings, not even one, not even IIT Madras. But there is an opportunity for us to regain our glory, our past glory. That is what my gift is all about. And if you go, basically what we lack in India is not intelligence. Our people are as intelligent as anywhere in the world, but infrastructure we don't have enough investment, and most importantly, centers of excellence to compete with the world. That's the whole idea of what we're trying to do. If you go to China, see, by the way, the top universities in the world, of course, are United States, England, Australia, Canada, and China. China has so many. The investment China is making in centers of excellence is unbelievable. Now, obviously, I cannot compete with China, but it's just one small step that I'm taking for IIT. Hopefully, IIT makes that giant leap from where it is today to the top of the world ranking. That's the goal. And I'm partnering, I think, at IIT with the very best people to make it happen. And one day, I think this center, hopefully, I come back in 5 years, we hold a news conference about somebody from my center who has become a Nobel laureate or won some great award. That is the goal. So I really thank you again once more very much for coming. I just want to pause my remarks. I can do Q&A or I can do anything else.
So you wanted to make the presentation. Eight slides.
And I'll tell you what rock is actually. First of all, finding a name is very hard, especially in America. All the names are taken. So I wanted to have some small name. My name is Arvind Raghunathan. Most Americans have trouble pronouncing such a long name. So I wanted only 3 letters, and I thought about what it should be. And we are thinking of various mythological creatures and all of that. Most of the mythological creatures are taken. But also, my family faith is Hindu. My partners, their faith is Jewish and things like that. We needed some common theme. And then we hit upon this rock. ROC is actually a bird. In the Hindu religion, we call it Garuda. Garuda. In the Iranian Persian tradition, Rukh. Shah Rukh means the king bird. Shah Rukh Khan, Shah Rukh means king bird. And in the Jewish tradition also there is the same. So the idea, it was a theme that is, and actually Garuda is a very good bird. It actually fights evil and and protects the best. So that's the name. Actually, rock really means Garuda. வந்ததுக்கு ரொம்ப நன்றி. ஆஹ் ஆஹ் நான் இங்கே பிறந்து வளர்ந்து படித்தவன். எனக்கு ரொம்ப ஆசைப்படுறேன். நான் என்னோட எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச என்னோட நாலேஜ் என்னோட ரிசோர்ஸஸை வச்சுட்டு நம்ம ஊருக்கு நான் என்ன பண்ணலாம், எப்படி எல்லாருக்கும் ஹெல்ப் பண்ணலாம், எப்படி எல்லாருக்கும் என்கரேஜ் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு நான் யோசிச்சுட்டே இருந்தேன். இங்கே வர்றது ரொம்ப உண்டு. ஏன்னா எங்கள் அப்பா அம்மா இங்கே தான் இருந்தாங்க. இப்போ அப்பா இறந்து போயிட்டாரு, அம்மா வேற ஊரில் இருக்கிறாங்க. நான் நான் எப்பவுமே இங்கே வச்ச யோசிக்கிறது, இவ்வளோ பேர் இருக்காங்க, இவ்வளோ புத்திசாலியா எவ்வளோ பேர் இருக்காங்க, எவ்வளவோ தெரியும் இவங்களுக்கு. ஆனால் நான் இவங்களுக்கு எப்படி ஹெல்ப் பண்ணி இவங்களை இன்னும் முன்னுக்கு வர முடியும், இன்னும் எப்படி படிக்க வைக்க முடியும், எப்படி நாலேஜ் ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்ண முடியும் அப்படின்னு நான் யோசிச்சுட்டே இருக்கிறது. ஐஐடி பெரிய இன்ஸ்டிடியூட். இந்த மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு இந்தியாவில் இந்த குவாலிட்டி கிடைக்கவே கிடைக்காது எஜுகேஷன். ஸோ நான் எனக்கு ரொம்ப லக்கின்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். ஏன்னா எனக்கு இடம் கிடைச்சது அது கஷ்டம், இல்லை கிடைச்சப்புறம் அதை படித்து பாஸ் பண்ணுறதும் கஷ்டம். எனிவே அது ஆனப்புறம் ஐஐடியோட சேர்ந்து எதாவது பண்ணலான்னு ஆசைப்பட்டேன். அண்ட் அதை ஒரு சென்டர், அதை உலகத்திலேயே பெரிய சென்டர், உலகத்தில் எல்லாரோடையும் கம்பீட் பண்ணுற மாதிரி ஒரு சென்டர் ஆரம்பிக்கலாம். அப்போ சின்ன பசங்கள்லாம் போய் அதில் போய் எனக்கு இல்லை, இப்போ நான் இருக்கச்சு அப்படி கிடையாது. அதனால் எனக்கு அந்த அந்த ஆசையில் க்ரியேட் பண்ணேன். அப்போ ஐஐடியில் அங்கே டைரக்டர் டீன் அவங்கெல்லாம் ரொம்ப சப்போர்ட் பண்ணாங்க. அதனால் அது ஒழுங்காக போயிடுச்சு. இப்போ எனக்கு ஆசை, நான் திருப்பி 5 வருஷம் 10 வருஷத்தில் வரைச்சே அதே சென்டரில் இந்த லெவலில் இல்லாத அங்கே போய் உலகத்திலே எல்லாரும் சொல்ல வேண்டியது இந்த கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ் சென்டர் தான் இதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு இந்த ப்ராப்ளம்லாம் சால்வ் பண்ணிட்டு அப்படின்னு சொல்ல வேண்டியது. அது ஒரு ஆசையாக இருக்குது. அது என்னால் மட்டும் பண்ண முடியாது, எல்லாரோட சப்போர்ட்டும் வேணும். பட் நம்ம ஊரில் அந்த மாதிரி டேலண்ட்டும் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸும் இருக்குது, நடக்கும் தான் நான் நினைக்கிறேன். தேங்க்யூ. Basically in India today, I just spoke to the dean and I spoke to some other people in Delhi. The entire focus on solving problems in technology has become from fundamental. I spoke about Aryabhatta and about Brahmagupta, but even back in the day, C.V. Raman and all these people, the great Srinivasa Ramanujan, they were solving fundamental problems. Today, the focus in IIT and everywhere, especially with pressure from the various governments, is solve the problems of the Kisan and all. It's all we have to solve. I'm not going to say no. Very important to solve the problems of the Indian citizens and all of that. But also, we need to solve the great problems of the world the way we used to. We used to do it, right? We had the greatest minds in these topics. I already mentioned it. So the idea behind the center is to refocus attention on the fundamental problems rather than the applied problems of how can we build a better system for Kisan to water the plants or create solar energy. That's different. That also is important, but that's not what I wanted. That's what I'm trying to do.
So the center is already
After 3 months. So the center is now named after me, but it's really brand new.
So what is the commitment you are doing for IIT?
It's in the tens of crores, but I don't know if they allow me to tell the exact number. IIT may not like it, but obviously it is going to be in the several tens of crores.
The center will take the students only from IIT or other institutions?
It is a center for collaboration across India. So we will get in. So the faculty or the head of it is going to be in IIT Madras, but the scholars who collaborate, come for conferences, we pay for everything, and will be from all over India.
As you said, no lack of.
They need not just students or faculty, but they need the the solution of the world's challenging problems, not just India's, but the world's challenge. And the work has to be not just applied, but also fundamental. Okay, so this center, in at least in computer science, is funding the scholars to not just because if you just rely on government funding for your projects, or even from CSR and all, they want you to solve problems that are very applied, but that will not lift you in the ranking. This is back to how we used to be when IISc was founded by C.V. Raman and so on. How we used to be. The world looked up to him. Raman was the equal of the world's greatest scientists. That emphasis went away over a period of time because we became much more applied, and then your ranking falls. And now, to put us back in the map, we want to compete with the best. We have the people to do it, but they don't have to worry about getting financing from others and things like that. This will take care of them. All they have to do is to concentrate on the work.
Hi everybody, I'm Arvind Raghunathan. I am a founder of Rock 360 as well as the founder of House IQ. I grew up in Chennai. I went to school here. I went to IIT Madras. I come here regularly. I love being here, and I wanted to give back to the place that gave me so much over the first 21 years of my life. Really formative period for me. The way I gave back, one of the ways I gave back, I've done other things, is to get involved with IIT Madras and create a center for theoretical computer science at IIT Madras to be the world's finest such center. IIT Madras, by all of India, has the world-class talent. What they lack is infrastructure, and what they lack are the resources for commitment to fundamental research of the finest kind. IIT Madras gave me this opportunity, so now the Center for Theoretical Computer Science, that is named after me, they call it ARtCS, is going to be solving the greatest fundamental problems of computers, fundamental problems, not applied. That's the goal, driven by curiosity, and challenge the world to once again recapture our place as the premier intellectual place of the world. That's the idea. So I gave them a certain amount of money, that is an endowment. That means the money sits at IIT forever. It is invested into various stocks and bonds. The amount, as I said, will be in the tens of crores range. I didn't get IIT's permission to tell you the exact amount, so I cannot. But tens of crores range, and it will the interest from it, maybe 10% or whatever, every year goes into the budget, and as the amount climbs, more and more amounts go there for the uses, so that the scholars don't have to depend on corporations and government to do their research. They can do research on topics that are super important for them and also for the world, and putting IIT back in the map as one of the world's top universities. Remember what in my opinion, Taxila and Nalanda were the world's two greatest universities in India, greatest than any place in the world. Today, not even one institute in India is in the top 100. This is an effort to provide people the resources to concentrate on solving the greatest problems, so that they can put themselves back in the map as one of the world's top 10 universities. That's the idea. We have the people, we need the backing. Mine is a small step in that direction, but eventually I hope IIT and India will take the giant leap from where they are today to the top 10 in the world. That's my goal, and I hope together with all of you and with the people in IIT, we will all together work to make this happen. Thank you very much.